Hello, my name is Carlos. Today I'm going to present you an oral about the play Volpone. This play was written by a famous playwright called Ben Jonson in the year 1606, exactly after the Elizabethan era. I think that this play is an example of a tragedy. At that time it was strange to see tragedy plays. Instead, romantic plays were most famous. But first of all, I want to make my objectives really clear. My main objective is to analyze and explore the themes found in this play. For me, the most important themes are found in this play. The most important themes found in this play are avarice, lust, and parasitism. Although today I'm going to be focusing especially on the theme of avarice. But first of all, let me give you a brief summary of what the play is about. This play takes place in Venice, in Italy. In 1606, Italy was one of the richest countries in the world, and it was recognized due to its high economic status and development. The play talks to us about an old and rich man named Volpone. Volpone made himself rich by treating other people. He could do this by the help of his servant Mosca. They both had invented an ideal plan, which consisted in spreading the fact that Volpone was sick and was about to die. When many people in Venice were notified about this, they became interested in having this money, being the owner of Volpone's money. And the only way they could have it was if they were written to be his heir. The characters that were interested in having Volpone's money are Voltore, Corvaccio, Corvino, and Lady Politic would be. These characters brought expensive things like jewels, diamonds, and check-ins, especially because they wanted to be the owners of Volpone's fortune. At the end of the play, everything goes completely wrong for everybody, and no one had what they wanted, but in change, they lost many valuable things from their lives. Well, for example, losing confidence of family members. I think that Ben Jonson left a moral message along this play, which is that persons which are always wanting more and more are especially if they are willing to give everything, even their family members, to be the richest persons in the world. These type of persons will always have a punishment and will never be happy in life. Because we need to accept our life how it is and accept reality. But now let's go back to where we started, to the themes found in the play. As I told you before, today I will be especially exploring the theme of avarice. And explain how this theme links to specific characters in the play. First of all, I will give you a brief definition of what I think each of these three words mean for me. Let's start with the word avarice. Avarice for me is when someone desires a lot of money, even though they already have it. And it isn't just the fact of wanting this money, especially when you are able to give anything in change for this money. Now, let's go to lust. Lust, for me, is when a person has a really strong sexual desire towards another person. And finally, parasitism. Parasitism, for me, describes the behavior of persons that are always willing to do something bad to other people. No matter how close you are to that person, you still want to make this harm to them, no matter what. Now, let's go back to the theme of avarice. For me, the theme of avarice is present in the characters of Volpone, Corvaccio, and Corvino. I think that the character of Volpone is linked to avarice due to the fact that he is always wanting more and more, and wants to be the owner of all Venice. For example, with Corvaccio and Corvino, they're always wanting Volpone's money. So this links to avarice because they're also wanting more and more. Further on my presentation, I will show you how avarice affects each of these characters and how their life falls into pieces by the fact of just wanting more money, especially for Corvaccio, Corvino, and Voltore. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about the character of Volpone. Volpone is the character that seems to be the most affected by avarice. This is especially because at the end of the play, he receives the toughest punishment. As we know from the play, Volpone and Mosca plan is working really well. Due to this, his own precious servant Mosca talks to him about the most beautiful lady that can be found in Venice, which is named Celia. Celia is a really pretty and virgin woman. Celia is the wife of Corvino. Corvino is one of the characters that wants to be the owner of Volpone's money. Mosca is really interested in Volpone meeting Celia, and he compares Celia to his own god. At the start of the play, Volpone gives us a long soliloquy about how much he appreciates his own money. By Mosca using Volpone's own language, we can see that he is manipulating him by keeping Volpone interested. If we go to page 24, we can see how Mosca manipulates Volpone. Let me read it to you. Here. Oh, sir, the wonder, the blazing star of Eden, a wench of the first year, a beauty ripe as harvest, whose skin is whiter than a swollen all over, the silver than the snow or lilies. A soft lip would tempt you to eternity of kissing, and flesh that melt in the touch of blood, bright as your gold and lovely as your gold. With these words, I think that Ben Jonson wanted to create an effect of domination from Mosca towards Volpone, especially to make us notice how Mosca is getting in control of the situation, and how Mosca is able to also play tricks on his own master Volpone. Now let me talk to you a little bit about Mosca and how the theme of avarice connects to his character. When preparing for my own presentation, I was researching for some background information. While researching, I found these words. The character of Mosca is an example of avarice. He is always trying to be the owner of Volpone's fortune. Let me tell you that I completely disagree with these words. This is because at any moment in the play it is mentioned that Mosca is doing this because he wants to be the richest man in Venice. Although he tricks on his own patron and manages to stay with the complete money, I think that the character of Mosca is doing this just for fun, especially because he sees a clear opportunity to play the same game that his master Volpone plays on the other characters, and now is his time to play the same trick on his own master. I think that the character of Mosca has the main purpose of transmitting us a specific moral message, of not playing bad tricks onto other people that might harm them, especially because something worse might happen to us, especially if that people takes revenge onto us. A worse thing could happen to us. Now I'm going to talk to you about the character of Corvina and how the character is connected to the theme of avarice, and especially how his life is ruined by the desiring of money. Corvino is the husband of Celia, the beautiful lady that Mosca told Volpone. When Volpone was informed by Mosca about Celia, he decided that he had to have sex with this lady. The only way of Volpone to have sex with Celia was only if Corvino allowed Celia to have sex with Volpone. Volpone and Mosca had invented a plan in which they were going to tempt Corvino to offer her wife to Volpone, by mentioning him that Volpone has received an offer from a doctor that is going to give his daughter to have a sexual relationship with Volpone. And when Corvino hears these words, he seems tempted and he wants to offer immediately his wife. He tells Mosca that he's going to offer her wife Celia because he wants more chances to win Volpone's money. I'm going to show you an extract from the play in which we can clearly see how Corvino is selling his own wife. Wait a moment. Here. "'Tis true. No. It must be one that has no tricks, sir. Some simple thing a creature made unto it. Some wench you may command. Ha! You know King Snowman. God, so. I think, sir. One the doctors offered his daughter. How? Answers Corvino. Mosca responds, Yes, Signor Lupo, the physician. In this piece of extract, Ben Jonson uses a more complex language, and especially makes the use of words like some wench you may command. By making the use of these words, Mosca makes Corvino to realize that he is this kind of man. A man that is control of his wife and can give her orders and knows how to manipulate her, which gives Corvino the idea of offering her own wife Celia. In this piece of text from the play, we can also see how Ben Jonson uses structure to make Corvino think about his wife, especially at the moment when Mosca says, think. He repeats the same word 7 times, which is clearly transmitting to us and to Corvino that he wants Corvino to answer, "I'm going to offer you my wife Celia." Especially because Mosca knows that Corvino is really interested in offering his own wife to Volpone, and he knows that the answer is going to be this, that he will offer his own wife. Another good example of how avarice ruins the family relationship within a character is Corbaccio. Corbaccio is one of the characters that wants Volpone's fortune, and the same as the other ones, he also brings presents to Volpone because in change he wants to be his heir. One specific day, Corbaccio tells Mosca that is willing to disinherit his own son Bonario and instead give this money to Volpone in change. That after Volpone dies, he will have this money back and even more. So he decides to disinherit his son. Let me read a passage in which this appears. It's in page 17. Here it is. It's where it says, here, "Now would I console you, make home with speed, there frame a will whereto you shall inscribe my master to your sole heir." And Corbaccio responds, "And disinherit my son." I think that this is a really crucial moment in the play, especially because here we can clearly see how avarice destroys many people. For example, this poor man Corbaccio he has disinherited his own son and gives all his money to Volpone, especially because he thinks that he will have it back and this quantity will duplicate or even triplicate for him. But this is not the truth. We know that everything goes wrong and no one keeps anything. Everyone loses everything. From this stage, we can come back to the moral message that Ben Jonson gives us. If we are happy in our lives, let's just continue enjoying it, and never want more than you have. I think that the theme of avarice is the most important theme in this play, especially because it's what keeps the play constantly moving, and also because mainly all characters show avarice, and we can clearly see how avarice changed their life.